All right, there we go. There we go. Welcome, 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 y'all. Just let me know if you guys can hear me. I'm just here to talk about Chelsea versus Arsenal, Nigeria versus Morocco, the Blues versus Red, the Super Eagles versus what's the nickname for Morocco, bro? What's Morocco nickname? Super Eagles versus what's Morocco like nickname football? Super Eagles versus the Atlas Lions, Lions of the Atlas. How'd you like that name though? Yeah. The name pays homage to the Atlas Mountains and the now extinct Barbary lion, symbolizing strength and fierceness. Okay, that's what's up. That's what's up. In a couple, in almost in an hour, we're gonna have Senegal versus Egypt too. But the thing is, I'm not today, so sucks. But oh well, this is what we expect. When Eagles might go to women's team known as Super Falcons. The primary nickname was the president. Eagle from oh, there you go. Look at that, man. Would you look at that? Okay, welcome, welcome, welcome. I didn't know that you could do a what be the Dream XI. I did not know you could build this up, man. I had no idea. You look at that. Okay, yo, we got two big games happening today, and obviously in about um, let me see, in about 40 minutes. Yep, in about 40 minutes, we're going to have Senegal versus Egypt, which is also a big team, don't get me wrong. Just unfortunately, I'm not going to focus a lot on that. Just a quick prediction. I have Senegal advancing, in my opinion. I think I won't say Senegal is the better team. I would never say Senegal is a better team, but I feel like they're a lot more cohesive offensively. They're able to hit you a lot offensively. They can also keep the ball, keep possession by trying to advance. Egypt started out shaky in the tournament, but shout out to the Egyptians, shout out to the Pharaohs for making it all the way to the semifinals. They were very, very impressive in the last game against Ivory Coast, being able to score 3 goals. Because I had that a low scoring game, in my opinion, especially when Egypt, in my opinion, don't really keep ball possession that much. And they were struggling to score the goals earlier in the African group stage and even the round of 16 against, I believe, was it Burkina Faso? I don't know. But I think this is going to be a very, very good game. But I have Senegal winning. And if Egypt advances, then huge congratulations for them. Sadio Mane versus Mohamed Salah is going to be such a huge, huge thing to watch. If you're a Liverpool fan, you have to watch this game. You cannot miss out on Sadio Mane versus Mohamed Salah, bro. It's going to be such a fun game to watch, in my opinion. I think those guys are they're gonna give it with everything they have. I also don't believe they will be the decider of who wins, but they will play a part given the experience of what it means to win at the top level. It, Mo Salah has not won an AFCON tournament because when these guys went up against each other, they went up in the AFCON finals a couple years ago with Senegal beating Egypt. Either it went to penalties or so. Don't necessarily remember, but I do remember Senegal and Egypt facing each other in the finals and Senegal grabbing that W and going back home with the trophy. So I think like Egypt will be pumped up to get the revenge of losing in that AFCON final. and they will want to beat Senegal, get the revenge, and make it to the finals once again, and this time try to win it. So it's really, really gonna be such a very, very good game. I think people should be excited to watch Senegal versus Egypt, right? The and now I don't know if the lineup has been announced yet. Oh, the lineup has been announced yet. So you have Senegal versus Egypt. You see the announcement, right? You see Mane, the 4-3-3 formation. Well, sometimes Foot Mob can switch things up. You have Sadio Mane, Nicholas Jackson, Ndaye, Gehi, Margehi. I think that's Pop Gehi and Margehi, Diarra, Koulibaly. Yeah. And then you got Egypt. You obviously got Mamouche, Mosala, and the rest of these niggas. I don't know who these niggas are, man. I only know Mamouche and Mosala. It's crazy. You have like, hell, I know 5 players in the Senegal team. Maybe Diop as well. If there's a Diop that, yes, Diop, Malik Diop from West Ham. That's what I know. 5 players, at least 6 players out of Senegal lineup who plays good football. And then you got Egypt. So either way, I do think Senegal has a chance of beating Egypt, in my opinion, the way I look at it, right? It's gonna be a very, very tough game, regardless, in my opinion. I think Senegal are very defensive. They're very defensive, and while they're defensive, they're also capable of offensively beating you up. You look at the last couple games, they went up against Sudan, went up against Mali. So Senegal actually went up against better teams, in my opinion, and they won. Mali won nil, which is good, which is very necessary. And then you can look at it. So yeah, so in about 35 minutes, I have Senegal beating Egypt. Now let's move on to what really matters. Let's move on to what I came here to talk about, y'all. Oh my God, Napoli versus Parma. That's looking good. Inter versus Lecce, looking good. There's some really good games going on. Let's talk about Chelsea versus Arsenal, y'all. Oh my goodness. In 3 hours, Chelsea versus Arsenal is gonna clash in the Carabao Cup. This is gonna be a very, very good game. I think it's gonna be a very, very exciting game. I've always said this, right? Like, this tournament should be important for Arsenal to know what it means to win a trophy, to know what it means to lift a trophy in a cup tournament, right? Obviously, there are 6 points in the English Premier League. They are ahead of everyone else, 6 points ahead of the second league, second position team. They're number one in the EPL, number one in the Champions League. That speaks about how Arsenal is moving this season. They are balling, bro. They are ahead of everyone. It's really, really impressive to see how amazing Arsenal has been this season. I can't lie. I'm like, as a Chelsea fan, I don't like it. As a Chelsea fan, it's always cool to always banter them, to call them the bridesmaid, to call them, they're always going to run second, being the Justin Gatlin of this title race, not the Usain Bolt that they think that they can be. But this game, Arsenal is definitely going to want to play the best lineup, at least offensively, midfield and offensively. They're all going to want to play the best lineup to try to advance to the finals and at least win a trophy. This is what Arsenal would want. They have an opportunity right now to lift that Carabao Cup, right? Advance to the finals and lift that Carabao Cup. Now, it's still not going to be easy because I know that when it comes to this cup tournaments, like Chelsea have a history of just becoming victorious, man. Yes, we have not won a cup trophy. We haven't won a Carabao Cup in a long time. I believe the last time Chelsea lost a Carabao Cup was to Liverpool, right? And Chelsea have not won an FA Cup neither. So this is going to be a very, very, very big game for both teams, especially when both teams will want to lift a trophy this season, right? You want to lift a trophy this season to keep your momentum going, to convince yourself that this season has not been a shit show or has not been in vain. I think Chelsea's gonna be relying on the new coach. Like everyone knows, right? As a football fan, when a manager gets sacked, or a coach gets sacked, a new coach comes in, there's always a case of, okay, it's called a bounce back. So there's a bounce back that we are expecting from Chelsea. Chelsea has what we call the bounce back, and obviously you have only played one game under the new coach on Liam Rosinho. So it's only one game that we have played. So I'm hoping that we can find, like, we can take that momentum we had against Charlton Athletic in the FA Cup and we bring it here, and at least we try to beat Arsenal. We try to give that win. We try to do what we have to do. It is going to be very, very tough because Arsenal is clicking. They are on form right now. If this was a couple weeks ago, I would have said that Chelsea has a very big chance of beating this Arsenal team. But now, right now, Arsenal is balling. They beat Aston Villa 4-1, I believe. They went up against the Liverpool. Didn't quite dominate against Liverpool. They tied 0-0. Coming against Portsmouth, they came up against Portsmouth and smashed them 4-0, 4-1. And the same thing with Chelsea, where like we needed our win against Charlton Athletic 5-1 for us to have this momentum against Arsenal. And I think what also has to be mentioned is Arsenal defensively, I think they're all going to struggle a bit. Correct me if I'm wrong, Arsenal is suffering with defensive injuries right now. Calafiori is out, and Capie is out. I'm hearing that Saliba might not be match fit, might not be 100% this game. So that is going to be a problem now. So the main defensive guys that we always expect to see at Arsenal lineup, defensive lineup, is not going to be there, right? And we know that Arteta is going to take this serious because to him, this is a high stake game. So he's not going to play the second starting lineup or the second, he's not going to start the subs or start the bench players. He's going to want to play his main player, his best players to get this win, especially when he knows that at the very least, we have to know what it's like to win a trophy. And it doesn't matter what it is. You start with the Carabao Cup, know what it means to lift that trophy. So if you're an Arsenal fan, defensively, you might be worried. I won't lie. I feel like Arsenal might be worried defensively. So it is going to be very interesting what the defensive lineup will be, right? Eventually, I am going to do the lineup builder. I will give my predicted lineup in this game for Arsenal and my predicted lineup for Chelsea, right? I think Arsenal midfield possession, honestly, I'm not going to lie. I think it's time for us to admit, right? That Rice, Zumbamendi, and Odegaard might be the best midfield trio in the league and possibly in the whole world right now. If we go by position in the league and we go by run of form and points, Arsenal got the best midfield trio in the whole, at least in the Premier League and the Champions League. Zubimendi, Declan Rice, and Martin Odegaard, bro. They have been phenomenal and they have been amazing. It's like the chemistry has been so really good. Personally, I'm hoping that I get to see um Declan Rice, Odegaard, and Eberechi Eze. I'm hoping I could get to see that, see how that works. But I guess Ateta is not. But anytime Arteta is trying to put those midfield trio, Odegaard would get injured. Sometimes things is just not working right for Arsenal at the moment. So he's just trying to be very, very cautious and be very defensive. So little things like that is always going to be a bit of a So we're not going to see that type of midfield trio unless it's in a, a Palmer like a second fielder game that doesn't necessarily really matter. So Arsenal midfield will be a problem for Chelsea, especially when Moises Caicedo is not playing. Moises Caicedo is injured. He's not going to play. So that is going to be a problem for Chelsea right now. I mean, that midfield trio is bonkers, bro. It's really crazy to me. But it is definitely going to be very interesting to see how what Chelsea midfield can do against Arsenal because for Chelsea, I'm having since Caicedo's not there, I'm gonna have Rhys James, Enzo Fernandez, and Cole Palmer in that midfield. And it is looking a little bit, shaky in my opinion. Because even I'm not too sure if that will be fine. Because Cole Palmer has not been in form, and Enzo Fernandez sometimes is very streaky. He's very inconsistent. He's consistently inconsistent. So that is always a problem to me when it comes to Chelsea midfield, bro. And like I will always say that in my opinion, especially with a new coach right now, he's favoring Andres Santos a lot because Andres Santos understands his system very well. And that he understands Andres Santos is capable of playing the six and then sometimes moving forward, interchanging with Caicedo in moving forward. So we are gonna see what's gonna happen here. Maybe he might play Andrew Santos and Enzo Fernandez and then have Rhys James as a right back. So Chelsea midfield is not very certain and guaranteed what we're gonna get, in my opinion. But with Arsenal, we know what is guaranteed. We know what we're gonna get. And we're gonna get Zubi Mendy, we're gonna get Declan Rice and Odegaard. I will be shocked and bamboozled if we have any other player in that midfield trio, in my opinion. There's just no way that's gonna happen. Definitely no way that's gonna happen. But it is gonna be very exciting. Then we talk about the offense, the attackers on both sides. Right now, I think Chelsea has an advantage against Arsenal because this is not the Arsenal defense that we're going to be expecting. Because, like I said, Hincapié and Calafiori is injured, so they might play Martin Lewis Skelly or I don't know. Maybe obviously, I think Uran Timber is fit. Uran Timber is very fit. I don't think Arteta is going to play Ben White over Timber, so Timber will definitely be the starting right back for the team. There's no reason why it should be anyone else other than Martin Lewis Skelly. MLS Major League Soccer. There we go. We start him. But I feel like with Esteval, Pedro Neto, with the pace, with the walk rate, I think we can do damage to Arsenal. As long as we are able to control possession and we are very clinical, we can do massive damage to Arsenal. Do something big. Because Arsenal is going to be because Arsenal attackers is also dangerous as well. Yes, Jokers might be stinking it up, might be coming out there playing like blank nine. He's shooting blanks. Call him Glock 9. Hell no, man. That's blank 9 right there. He's shooting blanks. He got nothing going on. He don't deserve to stand beside King Vaughn or any other shooters. Hell no. Stay your ass at the back, bro. Martinelli scored a hat trick in his last game, so he's definitely gonna start. Martinelli will definitely start. He's on form. Trossard perhaps, but I think Martinelli is gonna start in my opinion. And then you have Bukayo Saka and middle might be Gyökeres. Yeah, definitely probably will be Gyökeres or maybe Gabriel Jesus or Kai Havertz. But I think he's gonna play Gabriel Jesus in my opinion. Gabriel Jesus will be the striker right there for Arsenal. That's how I see it. It is gonna be a very very good game. I think it's going to be a very low scoring game. It's going to be a very, very intensive game. Now, here's the thing that matters, and a lot of Chelsea fans also have to understand this. If you're a Chelsea fan, you also have to understand this, right? Our new manager, Liam, likes to play a very intensive, pressing type of game, right? He wants us to press, he wants the boys to press up front, sometimes having the center back or the left back being an extra man in the midfield and pressing up front. But Arsenal is used to that. Arsenal is able to understand the pressure of being pressed. They can handle that. So Arsenal can really take advantage of us trying to press up front. You know what I'm saying? Like this is not Charlton, this is not a lower leg a lower league team like Wigan Athletic or whatever the fuck or freaking Swansea. No, we are going up against Arsenal Football Club, who are the best team in the Premier League at this moment. So people have to be very careful of how you want to deal, of how you want to press against Arsenal, because Arsenal is very capable of going out there and hitting Chelsea on the counter and scoring the goals. Because defensively, we too are lacking. We are not defensively strong as well. Even though I'm expecting Malo Gusto, Fofana, Chalobah, and Cucurella to be our back four, it does not mean that it's a guarantee that we can hold down Arsenal attack. Because when it comes to set pieces, because they can score from different ways, bro. Corner kicks, direct, indirect free kicks, all type of set pieces from anywhere on the pitch. Crossing, low crossing, tap in, link up play, possession, possession passing into the freaking box. They can score either way. They have multiple ways of scoring. So Chelsea defense is also going to be an issue as well. So I feel like defensively both teams are going to be lacking, but it will always come down to the freaking midfield, y'all. The midfield is where it comes down to. So that is going to be very very interesting to see what happens there. Very very interesting. Do want to? I do believe. What? What the fuck? I'm fucking on YouTube, bro. What you talking about? Page isn't available. What you mean, bro? I just realized that what is this name? The fuck? Oh, I just realized that Liam has been doing so much interviews, bro. Like, are people excited that they have someone English that is able to speak English for a long period of time? Like what are we talking about here, bro? Because this is gonna be very interesting to me. Like Liam is always talking a lot, bro. Like I was hoping he would do a interview, an interview on Arsenal and see what he can say about this team. All right, there we go. We can watch this pre-match.
While running
It's like I said, right? I think this has to be very understood, right? The midfield matters a lot. Caicedo is not playing for Chelsea. Is not going to be in the game with Chelsea against Arsenal, bro. So who's going to be our midfield trio? It's going to be Rhys James, Enzo Fernandez, and Cole Palmer. For all we know, Andrew Santos might actually be being a double pivot with Enzo Fernandez because Andres Santos played under Liam back at freaking Strasbourg. Back at Strasbourg, Andres Santos played under Liam, so he understands the system and understand what Liam wants him to do, which is sometimes obviously progressing the ball through the middle of the pitch, or at the very least being able to be pressing and be defensively disciplined, defensively strong, and hold the back line strongly.
Take the usual
So this is a
format today.
pre-match press conference against Arsenal. One thing you could say about this Liam guy, this Liam nigga, he knows how to talk, bro. This nigga is doing so many interviews, it's crazy, bro. So many different type of interviews. You know why? Because he speaks English. He's English.
Yeah, it's been a great week, a week I'll never forget. Yeah, good win, a good way to start. Now we have a really big game in a couple of days that I'm really looking forward to seeing how we'll do.
When's the last time?
I feel like Chelsea fans have to understand that his biggest game is going to be against Arsenal, who is looking to win that Carabao Cup trophy because they don't know if they're going to win the Champions League, and they definitely are not sure if they're going to win the Premier League because they might choke. They might gag on losing the Premier League and the Champions League. And for Mikel Arteta, this is going to be a very high stake game. So he's definitely going to want to play his best midfielders, which is Zubimendi, Declan Rice, and Odegaard, and possibly play Bukayo Saka, Martinelli, and maybe Gyökeres or Gabriel Jesus, either one of those two. So this is going to be a very big test for Liam to see if his system is very capable of. But Chelsea fans also have to understand we can just as easily get battered. Chelsea can just as easily lose 3 goals. So what? Does that mean that we don't trust in Liam no more? Does that mean we say that he doesn't have what it takes to manage Chelsea Football Club because he doesn't have a strong resume? Are we going to be so quick to just discard him and throw him under the bus? Because a lot of teams are going to be, because a lot of the players in Chelsea is going to be trying to figure out this new system. Now, it's not necessarily a new system compared to Enzo Maresca. They all kind of similar. Liam's tactics is kind of similar to Enzo Maresca tactics, right? The only difference is that Liam prefers his fullbacks to overlap. I'm sure you guys watch against Charlton Athletic, right? You saw Hato overlapping. Hato could have scored 2 goals. He was overlapping. Anchim Pong was overlapping around Gittins. While Enzo Maresca, he likes his midfielders to invert in the middle, which is why we see Rhys James in the midfield, in double pivot midfield, a lot of the times. Like there were times when he had Malo Gusto inverting, and we know that Malo Gusto does not have that skill set or the IQ to invert. So it's just little like the tactics is almost the same, but except Liam want us to be a lot more intensive. He wants Chelsea to be a lot more intense and pressing.
You went to Stamford Bridge.
Or I did a game. It was a charity game, a charity event. I
What the
actually
fuck,
played.
Charity?
I
What
was
the
A
fuck?
week in,
Let's
it's
talk
probably
about this
one
here.
of the biggest games of your managerial career, isn't it? Semi-final Arsenal, Chase of Silverware, Wembley final.
I think people will look at it that way. People will look at it that way. I don't see it that way. I think every session that I take, every meeting that I take, every game that we play is the most important thing. Yeah, I live in the now, so it is the most important game because it's the next one. And I mean that if you start to prioritize games or think something's more important than the other, then you're not focused. I don't care if it's a preseason game, I'm doing it at my maximum. And I expect that from whichever group I work with. So for me, that keeps me calm because I'm happy with the process in which we work as a staff and which the players are taking on. I'm not making it any bigger than the fact it's the next game and we have to win. And that's the way I see it.
That is actually a good answer by Liam, right? It's like you just don't focus on the big stakes, on the high stake games. You focus on the next game, not the next high stake games, right? If he's going up against, I don't know, freaking Wolves, he's gonna look at it as a big. He's gonna look at it as a next game. The same as if you look at Arsenal's play next, he's gonna look at it as the next game, which means you have to put your 100% undivided attention on the next game, not the next high stake games, bro. It's like boxing. I don't know how many of y'all watch boxing back then when we had Tyson Fury, Anthony Joshua, and Deontay Wilder, right? Everybody was so focused on these boxers fighting against each other that they didn't pay attention that someone else might actually knock them out or beat them. And that happened to Anthony Joshua when he lost to was it Louis Andy Ruiz or Luis Ortiz or something, or when Deontay Wilder lost to Big Bang Zhang, or when Tyson Fury lost to Alexander Usyk, because the media is always letting people focus on on the best high stake media attention looking as games when that should not be the case. As an athlete, as a coach, as a team, whatever, you should just focus on the next game, not next big game, the next game. And if your next game is a is against a is against a big team, if your next game is against a Cup tournament, you look at it as the next game that requires our 100% undivided attention. That's how it should be. And I think that's a very good response by Liam because I've always said this guy knows how to talk. But I keep saying it to y'all Chelsea fans. Don't focus too much on him talking because Ruben Amorim was capable of talking. Ruben Amorim is so good at talking that he could let a lady stick to dogger style throughout the whole sex session, bro. He's not gonna want to switch to missionary, cowgirl, none of that, bro. Doggy style, straight up, all throughout the whole rounds. And guess what? Ruben Amorim was fucking sacked. He got fired, bro. He got packed up, sent to the shadow realm. And Ruben Amorim could talk. He was very good at talking. So let's not. If you're a Chelsea fan, do not get misled by Liam way of talking, bro. Because I've met a whole lot of scammers who are this good at talking, and trust me, they can be very, very disappointing.
A lot of people last week when you got announced pointed to the fact that you didn't have that Premier League coaching experience, even though you'd obviously taken a club elsewhere. When you look at Arteta, a few people pointed out he didn't have much, or he didn't have any, did he? He went with Pep, and he's done all right. So when you're looking at sort of career progression, is he somebody maybe that you look at, somebody took a chance on him and said, we believe the time is right for you to take you to for the one at biggest clubs? I don't know. Do you,
Everyone starts somewhere. It doesn't matter what.
everyone starts at one of the biggest clubs.
I haven't quite started.
Ooh, it's sneaky, man. Did y'all notice that? Did y'all notice how that reporter's been very sneaky? Saying, "Oh, Arteta started from one of the biggest clubs, so he's gonna have a lot more, a lot more weight to himself." Whereas Liam does not have that weight of a resume. The weight, his bricks weighing less. That's what she's basically trying to say. It's been
First
sneaky
job
right
in the
there.
Premier League.
Yeah.
Liam noticed that.
No,
You
I
see
think
Liam smile. He
Mikel was
noticed that.
someone who's done an incredible job. He's had time to build the way he wants his team to look. They're very well organized. They're very good in terms of their organization in every aspect of the game. And he's done a very, very good job there. Like I said, everyone has to start somewhere. I'm really, really looking forward to the game. And yeah, it's just one of those things that everybody has a different background. Everyone has a different way of getting to somewhere. And you respect everybody in the industry because it's a difficult industry to be in. Especially as a coach, you're judged on every word, every action, every game. And if you can't deal with that pressure, then you shouldn't be in the job.
I think what also has to be what the fucking ass, bro. That's the fuck out of here. I think what also has to be understood. What also has to be understood is Liam is gonna have a lot of pressure on himself. He's gonna have a whole lot of pressure on himself when it comes to just trying to prove that no matter where you come from, you can still be able to coach at this big club. No matter how weak your resume is, you are capable of coaching at this club. Liam is gonna struggle with that. And he understands that the best way to shut people up is by winning. Because that's what Enzo Maresca did. He was winning. Like I've said this that in my opinion, I do think that he's another puppet. I will be honest. As a Chelsea fan, I think this Liam guy is a puppet. But I think he also understands that okay, I may not be able to call the shots on the players who I want, but with the players that I have to make sure that I build a connection with these players to have them win for me, to let them want to play hard, put a lot of effort and win games for me. Because I feel like that's where the idea of being a man manager is. Xabi Alonso is not a good man manager, in my opinion. That's why he left. You want to coach Real Madrid, you have to be a very good man manager. Look at the coaches and managers that's been successful at Real Madrid. Zidane is not a good tactical manager, bro. He's a good man manager. Carlos Ancelotti was not necessarily, I mean, at this stage of his career, he's not a good tactical, he's more of a fluid type of tactical manager. He's very fluid, can play possessive, can play defensive, kind of attacking. He set his team up according to the type of opponents he goes up against. But Carlos Ancelotti is an amazing man manager, bro. Zabi was not. Now, this guy right here, this Liam guy, might be a very, very amazing man manager, especially when it comes to the youth. When it comes to the youth of Chelsea Football Club, because we have a lot of youngsters in this club. We have a lot of youngsters in Chelsea. And I think this guy is a very good man manager at being able to communicate with these youngsters, to play hard for him, to ball for him. Because let's be honest, he's not going to get the players that he wants. Now, if he's able to accomplish something within 2 years or maybe 3 years, possibly, if this guy, Liam, can win something, accomplish a lot in 3 years, he can use that as leverage to get what he wants, to get the players he wants. Because when you win, you want to keep being able to enjoy that taste of winning. You don't want to let that go. That's why we fans are always going crazy, because that joy of winning, we crave for it. We crave for that winning. So it is gonna be very interesting how his career is gonna pan out, especially now that he's talking about.
And that was what he's done. He's slowly built. Yes, he's had a few, hairy moments with good thing he carried up. He's been given the time to be able to assemble that over 6 years. That's the sort of project, I guess, you'd like to emulate here?
Yeah, I'd love to be here for 6 years and longer. I'll be here as long as possible, but I'm aware in all
Okay. No, you're talking about what's up? No, it's crazy. There's not people watching. No, no, I muted it.
order for that to happen, I need to win. It's as simple as that. I understand every club has a different project. This word project comes out a lot now in football. But the idea in any project is that every game you play, you're trying to win it. It's as simple as that. So for me, my focus is, yes, I've got ideas about what I want the team to look like in a year's time, 2 years, 3 years' time. But I think I've got enough resources and enough tools with me now to win now. I've made that clear to the players. So, we're going to give it our best shot on Wednesday. The lads trained very, very well this morning. And, I'll make a decision on the team in the next few days. And hopefully we go and attack the game.
And just finally for me, you talked after Charlton about not really having much time to do too much tactically. But when you are facing Arsenal, despite sort of 10 changes yesterday, it was still ruthless in terms of set piece and things like that. How much can you realistically do before Wednesday, or how much is it just about building confidence in your players that they have done this season and they can handle,
They've already shown. That we've been working tactically on Arsenal from the moment I came into the club. We know what an important game it is. Watched all of their games, analysed every aspect of their game, including set plays, at which they're very good at. There's a lot you can affect. We talk about systems and tactics. What I was very happy with after being for 2 days, I saw an attitude in the team against Charlton that I really, really liked, in terms of our energy, in terms of our intensity to press, in terms of winning duels. And you're going to need that against a very, very good team on Wednesday night.
Thanks, Gail. Nizar?
Hi, Liam. I just wanted to ask you a bit about the team news and stuff.
Yeah.
How did you come out of the Charlton game? And you mentioned at the end of that you had a few players who couldn't be in the squad. So how are they? And with Moy as well, how are you going to adapt to Moy's after?
Yeah, obviously Moy suspended. It was marvellous in the last game. We've had no injury problems coming out from Charlton, which is a really, really good thing. I'll make a decision on Cole, Reece and Mallow tomorrow. I'm giving them some extra time, and doing the press conference 2 days before is not ideal. Sorry about that, but I've got time to make a decision. I haven't made a decision on the team, and we'll make that decision tomorrow or the morning of Wednesday.
Scribe is how 4 million people turn processes into step-by-step guides. The hardest part of any job, I don't care where you work, is answering the same questions over.
We shouldn't have any broader concerns about the fitness of those players. Are they just being managed?
They're being managed. And that's it. Was a good time for them to rest in the FA Cup game. And I believe in this group. There's no reason to take risks on players' health if you believe that you can win the game and they can come through and get extra training sessions and extra bits of work. And that's the way it's worked out so far.
Thanks, Nizar. Ian?
Hi, Lynn. How are you?
I'm okay.
Arsenal have been labelled set-piece FC this season because they've scored so many goals from set pieces. In a sense, are they taking football back in time so we've gone through the period of passing and tiki-taka football to that, or literally is every coach different? Will you play differently against them because you don't believe in that?
Arsenal are good at everything. They're good at everything. They're a good team. And it's not about taking the game back in time. You manage your 1% to be as good a team to win as many different ways as possible. I respect them. I think they'll respect us because we're a good team as well. But no, people can talk. I don't know who's calling them set piece FC. I'm definitely not. I think they're a team who are very good without the ball. I think they have a really, really clear idea in the way they want to play with the ball. And on top of that, they're very, very well organised with good delivery on set plays. That's what you want to be if you want to be successful. And, that's the idea for every coach.
The word successful you've used a lot so far today. Mikel Arteta has been at Arsenal 6 years off the back of one success, the FA Cup he won in his first season. If you were to win the League Cup this season, would that buy you the time to get to 2-3 years down the road, which you want to? You've already outlined, you've got an idea what you want this place to look like.
No, I don't look at that. Like I've said, it's not a cliche. I want to win every game I play. It's very simple. It's not, if you don't take care of the next game, those trophies don't exist. It's as simple as that. So I'm not thinking about buying time. I'm thinking about winning the next game. I felt about that against Charlton. I feel about that against Arsenal. And after that, I'll feel about that against Brentford. I'm focused on the moment. I'm focused on putting on the best training sessions, the best meetings, the best advice, the best information I can to win the next game. Because of it, honestly, finals and trophies don't exist if you don't take care of them now.
Thanks, Ian. Simon?
Liam, you're obviously starting out play-wise when the Invincibles were around.
Yeah.
Is this the best Arsenal's team?
Sorry, guys. I was muted up. I was quite busy. Anyway, this is him talking about Chelsea's quality and all that. So honestly, I don't think we need to talk too much about this. I can't be on here for long, but I just wanted to make sure that you guys understand exactly what this means and how this goes. By the way, um, Egypt versus Egypt versus Senegal is about to happen right now. What the fuck? Fucking shit out, bro. Where's Egypt versus Senegal, bro? All right, there we go. Egypt versus Senegal has started. Senegal versus Egypt has started, but I'm not going to talk about that. So that was Liam just, talking about. This was Liam Vazinho just talking about, starting from the bottom, now we're here type shit, bro. That's basically just what it is. Started from the bottom, now we're here. Talking about how Arsenal is going to be a very big test. It's going to be a litmus test for him and for the Chelsea squad. Understanding he does not see it as the next big game. He sees it as the next game and how, you just focus on a game by game basis, and that game by game basis is to just win. So it is going to be so interesting to see how Chelsea will pair up against Arsenal. Like I said, in my opinion, Arsenal defense will be lacking, in my opinion, because Calafiori and Hikapié is not playing. Right, those two players are hurt, and then you have Martin Lewis Skelly, who might play as a left back. So that is hope for Chelsea or for Esteval or for Pedro Neto to, attack the wings and do some damage right there. Arsenal midfield, is my opinion, is going to be better. I'm sorry. I'm going to admit Arsenal has the best midfield trio in the league right now. Zubimendi, Declan Rice, and Martin Odegaard. They're the best midfield trio, so they're going to do a whole lot of damage. They're very good at how they play. They're going to do a whole lot of damage, see how they're going to play, and they're going to be very, very dangerous in how it goes. I am going to be very, very excited about this game. Honestly, man, I'm just worried about what our midfield is going to be looking like because I think Liam he favors Andrew Santos a lot. Andrew Santos is going to get a lot of playing minutes under this Liam coach. Trust me, trust me, bro. Andres Santos is getting a whole lot of minutes playing under this guy. And I think some of you guys know that because Andres Santos played under Liam back at Strasbourg, so which means that he's gonna wanna he understands the system and he understands what is expected and required of him being under this playing under Liam, the manager. So now I do want to play a press conference with Mikel Teta.
I've seen plenty of power banks over my 15.
I think this is going to be very interesting to see how he sees this Chelsea game. And I do think he's going to play a very high stake Chelsea team, in my opinion. I think it's very, very obvious about what he's planning to do.
And then where we're at with Calafiori, we bumped some bruises that you talked about on the weekend. We can go through bit by bit. Start with those.
Yeah, those two not available yet, and the other doubts that we have are Willie and Leo.
Okay, so in Cape first, you had a scan yesterday. Do you know a bit more about the problem or how long?
We don't know yet.
Don't know yet. And Calafiori, how many more?
He's progressing, but we don't know. I think it will matter for a few weeks probably, but we don't know exactly when.
Okay, and Saliba and Trossard obviously not part of the FA Cup squad. So what's the issue with them? When might they be?
Yeah, those two are a doubt.
A doubt because.
Because they're not fit enough.
Because.
What this nigga is
Just
saying
bumps
there.
and bruises. Anything serious?
No,
I
nothing
forgot
serious.
how much fun this was.
Yes.
And Max Stallman as well, for his behalf. Where is he?
Very similar to Mosquera as well. You see, I'm giving you Mosquera.
Thank you.
I didn't talk about
it's
this. So very similar injury, very similar time frames, and both evolving really well, but they're not training yet, so they're still a few weeks away.
Okay. There was a lot of narratives around your game on the weekends, and one of the interesting ones that maybe did get lost a little bit was the return of Kai.
Yeah.
A word on him, because he's not started for almost a year, but you wouldn't know it to look at him. How impressed were you with his timing, his touch, and also the chemistry that he just seems to have with the players around him? He's good.
This niggas be talking so much, man. Let's not waste no fucking time. I have Chelsea winning this game. Chelsea 2, Arsenal 1. It's gonna be a very possibly at the minimum a draw. That's how I see this going. At the very minimum, a draw. I think Miles Lewis Skelly. I think Miles Lewis Skelly will play. Yo, Gabriel, right? I heard that Gabriel might play. I heard that Saliba might be injured, by the way. I don't know if anyone can confirm that. Saliba might not be match fit. But either way, I got Urian Timber, and obviously I have Declan Rice, and I got Ruby Mendy, of course, and of course, and I got Odegaard. There you go. So far, this is my predicted lineup on how on what this guy will play. In my opinion, I think this is a very good lineup. It's gonna be very very interesting, right? Maybe I should go for a 4-2-3-1. Yeah, 4-2-3-1. But he should move here. Odegaard should move right there. And then obviously Saka. with Martinelli, and there you go. And probably Jesus. I ain't gonna lie, bro. I'm gonna have Jesus, and there you go. This is my predicted lineup: 4-2-3-1. Lewis Kelly, because Hincapié and Calafiori is injured, so I think Lewis Kelly will start. Gabriel Saliba. I hear that Saliba might not be match fit, so that's gonna be very interesting. You have you and Timbo. We have Zubi Mendy, Declan Rice in the double pivot, probably the best double pivot in the league right now. You have Odegaard as a 10, and you have Saka's right wing, Martinelli as a left wing, and then you have Gabriel Jesus up front. This is gonna be a very, very interesting game. Cannot lie, bro. I mean, this lineup is so freaking solid, bro. Like, what can I say? Such a very solid lineup. This lineup should definitely give Arsenal a W. It should be capable of giving Arsenal a W. But when it comes to tournaments like this, I think Chelsea is also good and willing to ball out and play very good football as well, in my opinion. Um, I think I think we can do good against this team. I mean, this team is not trashing Chelsea. Chelsea should be able to hold up against this team and be able to at least keep this a low scoring game. Now, like I said, the midfield trio of Arsenal, this triangle right here is the best in the league. Zubimendi, Declan Rice, and Martin Odegaard. Best trio in the league. The midfield that we have to watch out for, right? Midfield is gonna matter a lot between Chelsea versus Arsenal. People have to understand that. The midfield is what matters a lot, bro. So if Chelsea can do a good job just trying to keep the ball, or at least not try to disrupt the flow or control the flow, the tempo of the game, then Chelsea might have a chance to win this. I'm watching Senegal versus Egypt right now, guys, but obviously I'm mostly focused on Chelsea right now, in my opinion. So obviously we know David Raya is going to be the goalie. Like I said, this brother, Arteta is going to look at this as a high stake game. He's not going to play the second fiddle guys, in my opinion. David Raya would definitely start this game. I'm very sure he will likely start this game, especially against Chelsea in the Carabao Cup of the semifinals. And this will be a high stake game. But if he doesn't start David Raya, he can still start Kepa, right? I think Kepa is a very solid, good goalie. So this will be a very, very good lineup as well. Now for Chelsea, I know Liam is gonna come all out. He's gonna try and go crazy. We have Sanchez, Cucurella, uh, Chaloba, Fofana. Who else? Who, do I want Gusto? I'll probably start Gusto, right? Gusto? Yeah, probably Malo Gusto. I'll put this in a 4-2-3-1. And then I'll put Rhys James. Yes, Rhys James. Enzo, because remember, Caicedo is suspended. Moises Caicedo is suspended in this game. That's why he played a whole lot of minutes against Charlton on the weekend because he got a yellow card prior to this Arsenal game, and then he was suspended for that. That's the price you pay for the style of play that Moises Caicedo does for you. Well, I need Esteval to start. Esteval has to start, bro. Come on. I think Esteval is gonna be a very, very big deal. He's gonna matter a lot. Esteval has to start. He's gonna matter a lot for Chelsea. He's gonna be able to attack Martin Lewis Skelly very, very quick. Esteval has dribbling ability, the 1v1 ability, the ability to collapse the defense, break down the defense, get past his man, and have a very good his decision making on when to shoot and when to pass is very, very solid, and that matters a lot. And then you got Palmer. Cole Palmer is number 10. Cole Palmer's been out of form, in my opinion. Ever since that Everton game where he scored, he has not really done anything memorable. Against Fulham, I think he was very okay at just, being a dummy runner, playing the decoy, getting the ball, and then just making those quick passes. But then again, we were 10 man down, so it's not like he could, be as fully offensive and attacking as he wanted to be because we were 10 men down against Fulham. But after Fulham, who do we play against after Fulham? Well, I think it was against Charlton, right? Basically, Cole Palmer has not been a very, very good form right now. He's not playing the type of, he's not been on the form that we expect him to be. But I do believe that in this game, as long as we don't do no nonsense where we're going to be 10 men down, we're going to be so undisciplined to get a red card. I think that we can do something. I think that we can do something. Fucking hell. All these niggas are just all about the fucking money. That's it, bro. Sorry, y'all. I got to send money to somebody. Either way, let me just play this because I got things I have to do.
Yes, obviously we missed him a lot. A year is a long time in football, but as you said, the way he's come back, he looks really fit, really confident. He's such an intelligent player that straight away he's someone that connects with the players really naturally, and you can tell how much they love him as well because every time he was in and around the box, everyone was jumping on the seat on the bench. So yeah, we are so happy to have him. He's going to help us so much, and now we have to keep him fit.
Is he okay? Coming through 20 minutes, is he ready to start? Not quite ready? How do you play the next few weeks?
We have to manage his minutes now, but he had a good block of 20, 25 minutes the other day. He trained really well today again, and yeah, it's now a case of building his robustness and make sure that he's available for every game.
I spoke to Liam yesterday and was reminded that you two met in an FA Cup final.
Yeah, I've
Remember
seen a few pictures of that. So yeah, that's the beauty of football, and two very different careers, but at the end facing each other tomorrow at Stamford Bridge in a semi-final.
Has your paths crossed since? Do you know him well? You haven't sort of,
No, I know people that has worked with him. I know people that they've been close to him in his journey, especially as a coach, and they talk really highly of him. So yeah, wish him.
Yeah, so Mikel Arteta has given praise to Liam. And I think that's a very cool thing to do, right? Because, like I said, I think Arteta understand what it means to walk into a big club without it, with no history of winning, with no legacy of being a coach, with no big resume that you can use as leverage or that can back you up in interviews to be the coach of a big team. So it's actually nice to see Mikel Arteta try to, show support and, saying that, he personally doesn't know him, but he's heard from people that he knows that can vouch for him and say that, he's a nice guy, good manager, very solid, you know, um, a guy that's very competitive and is willing to win. So it's actually cool to see that from him. It's 15 minutes, nil-nil right now. Senegal and Egypt is nil-nil. Just want to give you guys a quick update on that. I think there's a delay in match because of an injury. Oh boy. Oh, this Diouf guy better not go out injured, man. Because he's a very, very good player. He's a very good player. So it's actually cool to see that from Mikel Arteta. Now, I want to continue this build up. I don't know who I want on the right wing for Chelsea. Does anyone has an opinion? Who would you guys want as a right winger? You want Garnacho? You want Pedro Net I'm sorry, as a left winger. You want Garnacho? You want Gittins? Do you want Pedro Neto? Because I look at this as a must win. We are home at Stamford Bridge, so we have the advantage of, playing under pressure and then giving it our 100% to win this game. And with the crowd fully backing us and supporting the Chelsea football team. But I am worried about who our left winger, because our left wing has been one of our weakest positions this season. We play to the left wing a lot, and we are not able to consistently create or score from the left wing, and that has been a problem. So I'm hoping if you guys know or understand what I'm trying to say, like who would you guys want as a left winger? Like that's what I'm trying to understand right now. Personally, I'm gonna go with Neto. I will go Pedro Neto as my left winger. Yeah, I have Sanchez as my goalie and striker. I'll put the lab. Fuck it. I don't have much hope. I don't have much expectation for the lap, but he can be very physical with Gabriel and Saliba. As long as he's willing to make the runs, I think he'll be fine. You have Sanchez our goalie, Cucurella's our left back, Chaloba, Fofana, Gusto. You have Enzo Fernandez in a double pivot with Rhys James. I think Liam will play Rhys James as a in the midfield, especially since Caicedo is out due to suspension. Esteval is our right winger, Copamo has our number 10, and Pedro Neto has our left winger. I think this is a very good lineup for Chelsea, in my opinion. I think this lineup can be very, very solid. What do you guys think? Is there any change that you guys want to put? Any lineup change? Because I have this in, I sent it now. What happened to the Yeah, sorry about that. Yeah, I was talking to somebody. So this is good. This is my lineup. I have the lap. Hold up, let me. Yeah, right here. I think this is better. This is my starting lineup for Chelsea in about 3 hours against Arsenal. Sanchez is our goalie, Cucurella, Chalobah as our center back, pairing with Fofana, Malagosto as our right back, Rhys James in a double pivot with Enzo Fernandez because Moses Caicedo is suspended, so I'm expecting these two to play together. Rhys James and Enzo Fernandez, I don't think they've paired up like this before, in my opinion. Because when Rhys James is normally in the midfield, Enzo moves up front and plays as the 10. Because Rhys James is pairing with Caicedo. So there's gonna be a lack of chemistry between there's gonna be a lack of chemistry between Enzo Fernandez and Rhys James because I don't think these two have played in a double pivot. Or even if they have, it's been a long, long time since these two have played in a double pivot. So this is gonna be very interesting to me. Very, very interesting to watch. And I hope that Fernandez and Rhys James can figure that out because, right? This is our captain and our vice captain pairing up in a double pivot right there, holding, being the backbone for the defense and also trying to help initiate the offense, right? Then you have Kopama as our number 10. Kopama he has not been in good form, in my opinion. He's been very poor. um Losing balls and there's time but against Fulham I give him an excuse against Fulham because Fulham we were 10 men down so there was nothing much that he could do. Then you have Pedro Neto as our right wing. A lot of people's thinking Ganacho. Some people's thinking Jimmy Gittins. Honestly, I'll be honest with y'all. I think Pedro Neto will be fine, man. Pedro Neto doesn't play best in his left has a left winger, but he has the experience, he has the defensive walk rate, and he's willing to track back and why also being able to box crash from the left side. which would be very, very huge for us. And then you have Liam Delap as our number 9, our striker. I don't have high expectation for him. I'll keep it a bit with you, bro. I don't have high expectation of Liam Delap, but it is what it is with him. So now let me go back to Arsenal for those of people who just tuning in right now. This is my starting lineup for Arsenal as of this moment against Chelsea. David Raya has a goalie. Miles Lewis Skelly has our left back. Um, Incapie and Calafiori are injured, so I don't think we're gonna see them. So they're definitely not gonna play in this game. Gabriel and Saliba, the best center back pairing in the whole world, I would say. Although I'm hearing that Saliba might be a little bit not match fit, so that is gonna be interesting. So there might be a change with Saliba. There might be a change with Saliba. I'll keep it a bean with you. And then you have Timber, right, as a right back. He's definitely gonna play Ben White over Timber, right? He's not gonna play Ben White over Timber. I don't think he will. But what do you guys think? Then you have Zubi Mendy and Declan Rice. Like I said, this triangle right here is the best midfield trio in the whole league and possibly in the Champions League, the whole world, I would say. Then you have Bukayo Saka as the right wing and Martinelli as the left wing and Gabriel Jesus up front. I don't think Gyökeres will play because I think Gabriel Jesus is much more suited for the system and the formation that they play, which is just ball possession, link up passes. I think Gabriel Jesus is much more better to do that. It's much more better and fit in that system than freaking Gyökeres, right? Because Gyökeres right now he's shooting blanks, bro. He cannot stand next to King Von. He cannot stand next to a whole lot of killers, bro. He does. He definitely cannot. But I do think Jesus will be very, very nice at this number 9 position. So my prediction overall, maybe because I'm a Chelsea fan, it's gonna be a very tough game. Um, I do think there will be a lot of miscommunication on Chelsea part because this is a new coach. I'm relying on the bounce back aspect of the new coach. I think we all know what that means, right? When we say bounce back, basically the previous a manager gets sacked, a new coach comes in, and there's a bounce back from the football team to winning games before it dies down. So I think that I am relying on this bounce back aspect of the game where Chelsea players are gonna want to play to the utmost to impress the new coach, which is Liam. And then you have Arsenal, which is also going to be a very big deal. Is very going to be a very big deal for Arteta. Arteta wants to win a trophy. He has not won a trophy since the FA Cup back in COVID years, bro. So if I'm Arteta, I got to play my best players, especially offensively, attacking wise. Play my best player from the midfield and up. Play my first team players. Grab this win, right, and then go to second leg, possibly grab another win, and go to the finals. Because remember, this is a first leg and second leg. So this is the first leg right now between Chelsea versus Arsenal, where Chelsea is home. So this is going to be very interesting because Arteta will be looking at this as a high stake game, a high stake game that he wants to win. So it is going to be. So I think he is going to want to put a lineup like this. And honestly, I can't wait for the lineups. I really cannot wait for the lineups at all, man. I think this lineup will be very cool to watch. Will be very interesting to see if he cares about this Carabao Cup or he does not. For Liam should care about this Carabao Cup because we might not even go far. We might not even make it top 3 in the league right now. So fuck it, go hard in this Carabao Cup, and I'm sure Arteta will do the same thing as well. Go hard, play hard. Yeah, look at Saeed is.
This is the quickest way.
This nigga got the ads now, huh? Saeed got the ads now, man. So let me just
15 minutes a day.
we could check out what Saeed is saying.
Retweet that. You get me? And yeah, man. We're here to make a change, man. Everyone's got to join in. Can't just be one. You got to see me all. You'll see it all over the timeline now
Oh, look at
on
this.
Twitter,
Oh, they're talking
everywhere,
about
and you
United is
feel me?
broken.
So
Bro,
yeah.
United is a shit show right now, bro. Like, we know this, right? Man United is a fucking shit show, bro. There's nothing going on one bit at all.
Bro, what's going on with this game, guys, man? This game needs to pattern up, bro. These lot of Egypt just played haram ball, man. Egypt are making this game so bad.
I told you though. I said it
Egypt are
about
just making
Senegal
this game.
versus Egypt. I said it about Senegal versus Egypt. I said Senegal is going to be a lot more possessive and a lot more offensive than Egypt. Egypt knows that if they open up against Senegal, they are losing. Egypt is not going to want to open up against Senegal, bro. Senegal will beat the brakes out of Egypt. So Egypt is going to have to play defensively and hit them on the counter attack because they know that they can't open up against Senegal. It is gonna be a very long game
Egypt have
for
had no
Egypt.
shots so
I'm
far.
letting you out, bro.
Yeah, I agree. I
Nothing much
agree.
that they can do.
That would be a shout, you know. That would be a shout.
And then we have the Super Eagles.
But even Chelsea are having a protest as well on Saturday. I think Chelsea having a protest on Saturday, guys. So
all that protest
yeah.
shit does not work, bro. I'm here to let y'all know. The only thing you can do is try to force the owners to shape up, to tighten up, bro. That's the only thing you can do. You can force the owners to tighten up, bro. Like get the shit together, get your shit in order. That's the only thing you can do. I'm here to let y'all know, bro. It's not gonna work. So yeah, might as well just try to just well, whatever. You could give it a try. People could try to do it. People could try to go out there and protest, but nothing much is gonna happen. I'm letting y'all know, man. I keep it a bean with y'all, bro. You guys are trying to protest. That shit's not gonna work. Yeah, this guy's done a lot of interviews, bro. He has done a lot of interviews. I'm actually impressed that he doesn't get tired of doing it. I'm very impressed that he does not get tired of doing a whole lot of interviews, bro. Malo Gusto is out, then Riz James and fuck, Andres Santos will play if Malo Gusto is out. Just to let y'all know. It's gonna be very interesting to see what's going on. Oh, okay. That's cool. Yeah, what else is there to talk about? Y'all want should we do a combined lineup? We could do a combined lineup if you guys want that. I'll do a quick combined lineup between Chelsea and David Raya. Thank you to being with y'all. I'll have Cucurella. I got Gabriel. Where you at? Where you at? No. The fuck? Where's Gabriel at? There's a whole lot of Gabriel in Arsenal, but there's 3 Gabriels. I just realized that. Like, wow. There you go. And then we got Saliba. Honestly, I'll go Chalobah. I'll give it a bin with y'all, bro. I'll go Chalobah. Timber, yeah, no problem. I'll go. And I'll go Rich James, Rise, Zubi Mendy. Who else again? Yeah, there's around Gabriel Jesus and Saka. This is my preferred lineup. And Bukayo Saka. There you go. I'm gonna combine lineup. Let me see if I try to. This is my combined lineup. What do you guys think? Between Chelsea and Arsenal combined lineup, this is my lineup right here. I have David Raya as a goalie over Sanchez, Cucurella, Gabriel, Chalobah, Uran Timber, Rhys James in midfield, since that's where he's played majority of the time. Rhys James has been in midfield majority of the time. Declan Rice in the middle, Zubi Mendy. Odegaard has been quite injured this season, so that's why I did not include him in this midfield trio. Esteval as a left winger, Gabriel Jesus as a striker, and Bukayo Saka as a right winger. My combined lineup for this game, though, for this whole season, I don't know. That's gonna have to be something else for this whole season. So, and this is how I see it. My combined lineup. Now I am trying to download this. Hmm. No, 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 no. Not sure. I think it does download it. Oh, yeah. Was it downloaded already? Oh boy, I'm exhausted as hell, man. I keep it a binge. I do not have the energy right now to talk. Let's set up this a minute. Fuck off. Yeah, here's how I see it, y'all. Yep, double lineup. I guess people are saying the Egypt and Senegal game is boring. Is it true? I mean, I'm not surprised. I told you they don't want to come outside. Egypt can't play open football because they know they're going to be destroyed, bro. They know this. They know they cannot play open football. Oh, look at my man talking, bro. Fucking love you, Oda. You the goat, man. But you're Oda, my One Piece goat. That's my One Piece goat right now, bro. That's my goat. But right now, let me say this. Egypt now can open up and go forward. They get will get them on in and sliced up like a Swiss Army knife. So that's how I see it. I ain't gonna lie. Hopefully, by the time I'm tweeting this, it's already, you know, it's still new. Because I keep saying this, Egypt would not want to open up. Egypt would not want to open up. There will be a lot more defensive because Senegal just have the players to open up. But what's Mosala gonna do when they're not bombing forward to attack? Like, what they gonna do? Nothing much they can do, y'all. I'm letting y'all know. So it's gonna be nil for a very long time. Look, it's 38 minutes, almost at halftime, and let's look at the stats between Senegal versus Egypt. Yo, look at this shit. Look at this, guys. How Senegal is not 2 goals up is crazy to me. Senegal should be 2 goals up. 71% to 29%. What the fuck? But expected goal is not a lot though. You see 0.09 expected goals, 4 total shots, 2 shots on target. So the fact that Senegal has 0.09 expected goals, that means that Egypt is actually doing a good job defensively. Defensively, Egypt is actually doing a good job holding it down and just either is the defense or is the goalie. Because there's 2 shots on target, which means that the goalie should have made at least 2 saves. Yep, there you go. 2 shots on target means 2 saves was made. Now I'm sure you guys know this, but Egypt has won this 7 times. We can go back to the days of Mohamed Abutrika and all that. I remember seeing Egypt win at least twice in the early 2000s. I was committed. Yeah, it's looking bad for Egypt, bro. They are getting the bent hold up, but like I said, Egypt just has to be very clinical. It's not about the ball possession or how many stats you have, or how many shots on target you take, because you're not going home with that. The question is, are you going home with a W? And that's what matters. Is Senegal going home with a W or is it Egypt? Which means whoever scores matters a lot. Whoever scores the opening goal, it's gonna be crazy because if Senegal scores the opening goal, that will force Egypt to come out, open up, to go out there and try to equalize the game. And if Egypt hits them on the counter and scores a goal, they're probably going to probably even be more defensively compact than they were before. So it's gonna be very, very crazy right now. 65,000 people. That stadium is huge as fuck, man. Jesus. That's a very big stadium. Yeah. Yeah, 3-4-1-2. Yeah, they're definitely being defensive. Oh, okay. This is probably the guy that's doing the best he can to keep this game nil at this moment. He's doing the best he can to keep this game nil. I'm telling you, bro. If Egypt don't start moving forward, Senegal, Egypt will be in trouble. And at the same time, this must be a boring ass game, bro. This game must be so dude, this game must be so boring to watch right now.
Why are they complaining though? It's not a dive.
Oh, there should be a ref for
Aidara yellow
Salah.
card, misses the next match. What the? Oh my God, he misses
But
the next match.
oh damn.
Oh, he misses the final.
Almost-
Oh my God. Oh my God, this referee's a joke, man. He misses the final.
Oh man. Habib Diarra is getting a yellow card.
This is going to be a dry final AFCON now. What is going on, guys, man?
Yeah, the rev sometimes this
Why
African
is he
tournament
missing
can
the
be
final now?
questionable, bro.
I don't know what
Like
happened. How did
the
he... Bro,
refs can
relax,
just be
man.
so weird, bro. Like Jesus, man.
He kicked his leg. Yeah, Salah didn't get no card. He won't give a card to Salah, though. 1-0 Napoli. McTominay. Flipping hell. McTominay scored, guys. Scott McTominay. Let me go check the goal, guys. Scott McTominay scored, guys. McTominay scored, guys. This brother keeps scoring, man. This referee's a joke, man.
Oh, this nigga Liam, how many
Yep.
interviews
So
is
let
he
me get this
gonna
straight. You're
do?
telling me I don't have to spend countless hours
Bro,
consolidating
he's doing
our
a
company's
whole lot of
financial data.
interviews, man. He's doing a whole lot of interviews. What the fuck?
It's been a seismic week, a lot going on. How have
Yeesh.
you enjoyed it?
Loved it. Loved it. Have to say the staff, the players have
That's what
made me
I'm
feel so
saying,
welcome.
bro.
The staff, it has been a
I'm
whirlwind.
glad people are saying this,
You
bro.
know, getting off the plane in Strasbourg, and I literally came straight to the training ground to
Yo,
meet the
because
players.
his English is literally
But I
getting
have to
fucking
say,
interviews,
so
bro.
far their
Little
engagement,
because
their
he's getting
enthusiasm, their work
because
ethic,
it's
and
English, he's
just how
getting
they've been
so
as
many
human beings has been
interviews,
top.
bro.
I've enjoyed every moment, and yeah, I'm looking forward to a lot of games to come in the near future.
Have you managed to catch your breath yet?
I had a good night's sleep the last 2 nights, especially after winning your first game, which is a great thing to do. No matter those FA Cup games away at Charlton, that's a really, really difficult game. I thought the players acquitted themselves really, really well. And it's a good thing to build off of now going into obviously a massive game on Wednesday night.
The reason why he's getting so many interviews is because it's
perfect
English. That's just
timing,
what it is,
you're
bro.
always looking to progress
His
and you
English
always
is
want
gonna
that
get a whole lot of
opportunity, and
interviews,
there is
that's
the
why.
right time for you to come
But
into a club like
that's literally
Chelsea, an
like
elite
what you
club.
see, you know what I'm saying?
I've always
that's
worked
literally
really,
what
really
is
hard. I've
happening
always been
right now.
passionate about this job from before doing this job. I've studied. People in my life know the sacrifices I've made. Yeah, it's an amazing thing when it kind of aligns and you get an opportunity like this. And I intend, you know, to give everything I possibly can to make this opportunity a successful one. But I have to say as well, I feel like I've earned an opportunity. You know, this is Chelsea are a huge club.
That's what
I
matters.
know a lot of questions are being asked of my CV and my playing career, my reputation. Same time, before Chelsea, I had opportunities to go to Champions League clubs. A lot of people saw the work I did, not just in France, but in Hull and in Derby, and maximising the resources that I've had and playing in a certain way. So I want to prove that I'm worthy of this amazing privilege that I have to be head coach of Chelsea Football Club. And that's the weird thing with me. I enjoy this job. I enjoy the challenge. I enjoy seeing things, seeing players improve, seeing your team perform in the way you want to see it. I even enjoy the difficult moments. And I intend to enjoy every moment that I'm at this football club. And I'm sure if I do that to the level that I expect of myself, my staff and the players, we can achieve some really, really good things here in the long run.
Do you have that advantage that you already have this relationship with Blueco? So many people talk about that, but you've worked with them. You know their priorities. You know their ambitions. You know the people involved.
Yeah.
Does that help?
100%. 100%. I know the long-term objectives of the guys, why they've done things in a certain way. And the great thing is I'm fully aligned with it. I understand. I understand why if results in the short term aren't quite where a club wants them to be, why there's frustration. But I really, really believe that in the end, you know, I'm a positive, half glass full kind of person. I'm optimistic that we can make this club really, really successful. Otherwise, I wouldn't have joined. Everything begins with hard work, intensity, and winning duels. This is a club with a long, long history. This club's been on the brink of administration. Ken Bates bought this club for £1. And people at this football club who still support this club were working so hard to keep this club going. And then to see the era with the trophies and Jose Mourinho, but that club was built and that success was built on hard work. So for me, I want the fans, when they come to see us play, we might win games. We're probably going to lose some games along the way, but they can come out the stadium and they can say, those 11 players, they gave everything in the moment. And I think if I can work towards that, then opinions or whether I deserve the job or whether I'm experienced enough or whether I'm good enough, it's noise. I need to focus on what I can give this club.
Where does the communication skill, the ability to be such a good communicator come from? Because that is one of the strongest skill sets that you have.
Oh, thank you. I don't look at myself in my skill sets or what my strengths are. I think everybody has their own personality and you have to stay true to that personality. I like to talk to people. I like to get to know people. I'm outgoing. So just because I'm a head coach or a manager, I don't change who I am. I think if you're not authentic in who you are, the players will see through it straight away. I haven't tried to come in here and put my fist on the table, but there's other ways you can get players to believe in you and trust you. And hopefully, I say hopefully, I'm very confident that not just the conversations I have, the team meetings, the detail that we go into, the quality of the training sessions, the quality of our information makes the players say, actually, this guy and his staff are serious and they're here to win.
You like a young, fearless side, though, from the teams that we've seen you with at Strasbourg and with Hull City as well. And there is such a huge number of young players here at Chelsea. So what kind of things do you say to them or opportunities to give them that hope and that belief that they can do something here?
It's different for each individual. I think I have a high set of values for the group within that, where regardless of tactics or technique or systems, if you're not at your maximum, you're not being respectful. If you don't give everything, you're not being respectful to yourself, to your teammates, to the supporters who pay your wages. And normally, if you max out and give 100% in life, good things happen. So that's my demand. My demands are very simple. Don't be afraid to make mistakes. Don't hide from the ball and give 100%. It's very, very simple. Normally, the rest takes care of itself with all of the details within that.
Does every
What did he
player have a
just say?
chance?
Oh, he said he has a demand.
I have a high set of values
Take care
for
of the
the
ball.
group within that,
Don't be
where
afraid to make
regardless
mistakes.
of
I like
tactics or technique or systems,
Don't
if
be
you're
afraid
not
to
at
make
your
mistakes.
maximum,
That's actually
you're not being
cool.
respectful. If you don't give everything, you're not being respectful to yourself, to your teammates, to the supporters who pay your wages. And normally, if you max out and give 100% in life, good things happen. So that's my demand. My demands are very simple. Don't be afraid to make mistakes. Don't hide from the ball and give 100%. It's very, very simple. Normally, the rest takes care of itself with all of the
Yo, this
details within
nigga
it.
has so
every
many
player have a chance?
interviews,
Every
bro.
player has a chance. Who would have said that me from Wandsworth, with the playing career that I've had and CV that I've had, ends up as head coach at Chelsea? You have to give people a chance. Otherwise, what's the point? You know, everyone has a dream, but to realise your dream and to realise your potential, you have to max out in terms of your work ethic.
Could you talk about the people who you've looked up to? And obviously your dad is one of them. Chris Hughton is another one. Has he been on the phone already?
He has. Yeah, he's messaged me. He said he'll leave me alone. I haven't had a conversation with him yet because I'm still replying to the probably
How
over
many
1,000.
did you get?
I can't count. But to anyone, if there's anyone watching who I haven't replied to yet, I'm sorry. But it takes ages, you know. It's so nice to get those messages of goodwill. Chris is someone who I've looked up to massively.
This is
As a
cool.
person,
This is nice from
he's
him.
got humility and class, the way he manages his group. I don't think anyone has a
This is
bad
cool.
word to
This
say
is
about
very
how he
nice
is
to
as a
hear from him. Either way, I have Chelsea winning this game. Chelsea 2, Arsenal 1. It's going to be a very tough game, very big game. Fortunately, I will not be here to live react to it, but I will make a video review about the game. So I do have a lot of hopes for this team, and I do know that I do believe in this coach and this Chelsea as long as he's here. I feel like a lot of people are going to look at this game as a test for this coach, not for the players, but for the coach. What can you do? Like, how quick are players adapting to your style? How quick are players adapting to your system and how you want them to play? This game is going to show it. Quickly for Nigeria versus Morocco, I have Nigeria winning. This both teams is not going to be defensive the way Senegal, the way Egypt is. Both Nigeria and Morocco is going to try to find a way to dominate ball possession. Defensively, they're both sound. Offensively, they're all very attacking prowess. It's very amazing. You have Brahim Diaz, El Kabi on in Morocco. Brahim Diaz scored 5 goals in 5 games. You have El Kabi who's scoring overhead kicks and is could have possibly scored a goal against Congo as well. Oh no, was it Congo? Um, then you also have Hakimi, you have Ezazuli. Like Morocco team is looking very good. You have the goalie Yassine Bono, one of the best goalies in the world right now. So Morocco is looking very, very good. Then you got Chelsea. So you got Nigeria. You have Osimhen, Lookman, Alexi Wobi. You have Akko Adams who's balling as well. Ndidi holding down the defense. Calvin Bassey. Like Nigeria actually got a squad, y'all. Nigeria has a fucking squad. I can't lie to you. So this, I feel like this Senegal versus Egypt is a boring ass game. I'll keep it a beat with you, man. Possibly because Egypt doesn't want to come out and play. Egypt rather be defensive. I mean, look at his fucking stats, bro. Egypt has not attempted a single shot, bro. 30% ball possession. Expected goals 0. Total shot 0. Shots on target 0. Big chances 0. Big chances means 0. But zero corners. But I'll tell you this much: Nigeria versus Morocco is not gonna be this boring, bro. Nigeria versus Morocco is gonna be an amazing game to watch. I know that, and I am sure of that. Because those teams are not defensive teams. They like to play out from the back. They like to play through the middle. Sometimes they could play out from the wings. They have dribblers. Morocco has Ezazuli. Nigeria has Lookman, Moses Simon. Morocco has Hakimi. Nigeria has Oshayi Samuels, although he's not on the level of Hakimi, but he's very decent and very, very capable of providing the offense and playing defense despite being as a fullback. So Nigeria vs Morocco is going to be an amazing game to watch rather than this shit show I'm seeing here. This fucking ball fest, bro. Like, I'm literally I'm literally about to fall asleep because the Senegal and Egypt game is so fucking boring, bro. I just tweeted that Senegal is gonna bite themselves in the ass for not being able to score. For Senegal to not score in the first half is gonna bite them. It's gonna bite them in the ass, bro. Because while yes they had 430 shots and they dominated ball possession, they should have at least attempted long shots or find a way to put that ball in the back of the net to reward yourself for all this domination that you have in the first half, and that's what matters. And Senegal failed to dominate the first half, to reward themselves and dominate the first half of this game. Unfortunately, look, I'm not going to be here to live react to the games at 3 p.m. Eastern time. I think it's 7 p.m. in other people time, in other time zones. I gotta go, but I will watch the game and I'll come make a video, or maybe I'll do a live stream explaining, talking about the game. You know what went wrong and what went right. Hopefully Chelsea wins and hopefully Nigeria wins, because those are my prediction. Those are who I think are advancing. It's getting the W at the very least. It's getting the W this game. All right, guys, I'm out. Thanks for all y'all who came in and tuned in. Thanks for all y'all who did not. I'll see you guys later, all right?